Ladies and gentlemen, what we always do here on the show is we talk about the biggest news of the NFL week before we go into specific teams, the cross-offs, the honorable mentions, and then finally the power rankings. But I think when I was doing my notes before the show, every other week we've had like a big trade or, some crazy stuff has happened. We talked about Amari and Devontae getting traded last week, but this week, I think the biggest piece of news was probably Deshaun Watson's Achilles exploding. Was it his Achilles for sure? Did that get confirmed?
That thing popped.
I call that the old
That's
Kevin
the
Durant
injury.
It didn't look quite as bad as he was. He's more layered up, but yeah, you could see it. It was the Kevin Durant injury for sure. I'd just like to say the discourse around that got pretty preachy and holier than thou when the Browns fans booed him off. I despise when injured players when people celebrate injuries, when people are happy somebody gets injured, when crowds boo or cheer players when they're going off the field injured. I think I'm going to make an exception here, to be totally honest with you, because I don't think the Browns fans were cheering that he got injured or booing. Like, he's been the worst quarterback in football for the last 6 weeks. He has stolen money from an already poverty-level franchise, and the man has a number of extremely credible sexual assault allegations to his name. I'm not white knighting for this guy. I'm not riding for this dude. I'm sorry that your ankle hurts. Enjoy your guaranteed $800 billion and rest up. That's the best thing that could have happened to Deshaun. And you had to listen to a little bit of booing. I don't feel that bad, to be honest with you. Am I a piece of shit? I don't know. You guys tell me.
No.
We literally talked about this last week. Like, this exact scenario we played
I know.
out
It's the first thing I thought. It was the first thing I thought. But I thought he was going to fake an injury, which is what I would have done if I was him. But in reality, that looked like a very real injury.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong, dude. I mean, only thing I would say, I do admire consistency in approaches. Don't cheer the guy knowing that you had those 24 very credible sexual assault allegations. And then, like when you started, like when he started for the Browns for the first game, they're like, "Oh, he's going to save the franchise," and now people are trying to get hurt. It's like, that might go down as the worst trade. The worst trade in the history of football. I mean, I think it is.
I'm still pushing for the Panthers. Trading us everything for Bryce Young, essentially. I mean, that's tough. I mean, you should look at the list.
You still get another second. You still get another second round pick too.
Yeah, and their second round picks looking mighty juicy. The more they get fucking stomped all over. So, wow, Andy Dalton wasn't your savior. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm appalled. I really thought Andy Dalton was going to come in and save your season. How could we possibly have predicted anything else? Whatever. Fuck that team too. Yeah, I mean, look, I feel bad for the Browns. I feel bad for Cleveland fans, but at the same time, like, yeah, don't cheer him. Don't cheer the guy with credible sexual assault allegations. That's not why they were booing him. I mean, if he went in there and started dropping tutties all over the field like he did when he was in his prime in Texas, nobody would have given a shit about those sexual assault allegations. Everybody would have been mum's the fucking word about that. No problem. I mean, what's the kid's name? The wide receiver, Rice on Kansas City. He's going to have to face the music now just because his knee exploded. He started off great, so all those allegations just went to the fucking way of the dodo. Kareem Hunt enjoying a wonderful resurgence in Kansas City again. They really hire men of character over there. Harrison Butker, great guy. Fucking that Kermit the Frog motherfucker they have throwing the ball for them, who happens to be the best football player ever. That's annoying. If you play well, nobody talks about this stuff, whether for better or for worse. I'm not making a moral judgment of it. I'm just saying that's just the truth, right? So when you hear Browns fans being like, "Oh, sexual assault," yeah, it's like you wouldn't have been talking about that if he's playing good, though. Let's be honest.
Right.
Bobby, what'd you think? You saw that thing explode. Only way is up for the Browns now, right? Nick Chubb's back. They might have somebody decent throwing the ball. What do you think of Jameis and Myles Garrett getting all holier than thou afterwards? Like, what's your
Jameis is back in now, so I mean, at least we'll have some fun in Cleveland.
I love Week 7 Jameis. That's when he shows up every year. He's like fucking Santa Claus.
We love Jameis on this program. He's one of our favorite quarterbacks. You never know what you're going to get with him. It's like
he's going to finish that season 11 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, and do you think the Browns could rattle off a few W's here with Jameis at the helm?
No.
No, I think there's got to be more. There's got to be more. I mean, yes, I think that if you were to ask me,
Imagine this team went 11.
if they were going to win more
This team
games,
went 11-6 with Joe Flacco last year.
yeah, I think with like sort of a random Joe Flacco appearance again, though, right? Like they still wanted to have Deshaun Watson as their QB last year, so they sort of deserved whatever was going to happen to them over the last 2 years. Don't guarantee money like that. That's the lesson from this. If you think you were ever going to get guaranteed money, you can now thank Deshaun Watson for guaranteeing that you never will get guaranteed money.
I think even more inexplicable is that they gave him that deal on top of it.
right.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just trading multiple first round picks for a guy with sexual assault
How do these people get
allegations.
these jobs?
Then you gave him the most guaranteed money in the history of the NFL
I mean,
at the time.
even if you were getting 2019 Deshaun Watson, if you knew you were getting 2019 Deshaun Watson, I still think that's a bad deal to give somebody.
A lot of money.
You know, it would have been more excusable had that happened. And I think his fall off should be studied. I mean, I've never seen a more dramatic decline without sort of a very serious injury that, like, you know, always does that to guys. But I don't know. I mean, are we ever going to see him play football again?
Maybe not as a starter.
Yeah,
I mean he'll be.
I mean, like you guys said last week, they're going to trot this motherfucker out every chance.
He's done for this year,
right? But next year, I bet he'll be back.
You don't think they could
expected.
maybe just if they said like, okay, it didn't work, we got to be in a full rebuild again?
No, they're going to.
I'm not saying this is a good idea.
They're going to draft a quarterback. They have to. There's no way they're going to.
So then,
again, next
can
season.
you get him off the books somehow? Can you trade him and like a 3rd round pick?
The only way, and we don't want
for somebody
to
take the contract.
The only way that his contract can be nullified is if another accusation comes up.
Is that true?
Yes.
You just see like the fucking Browns owner in a wig, teary eyed, on MSNBC.
New massage therapist in Cleveland.
Is that you, sir? Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We don't want that.
No, we don't want that. Would you take if the New England Patriots, I still believe, are the number 1 draft space or cap space team in the league, right? You guys have the most cap space of anybody.
Well,
would you take? Yeah. Would you in this offseason, if they were to give you like some picks to take this contract off their hands, but like basketball style, would you do it?
No.
To just have Deshaun Watson sitting on your bench and paying him fucking absurd amounts of money? You wouldn't do it, even if they give you like
5 first round.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Is that what it would take?
That's what it would take for me. Because they don't have it.
I don't think they have them.
When's their next first round draft pick? 2028.
That's the thing. You say they're going to draft a quarterback. They gave away that fucking house so the Texans could be a fucking powerhouse. You know what I mean? I mean, damn. Why didn't they just draft CJ Stroud? Are they stupid? All right. That's enough talk about the Cleveland Browns. It's depressing.